I'm just going to take a few minutes to talk to all of you while I'm taking a break. I was cleaning out the refrigerator and I have a lot of other just everyday chores to do. But I received a letter from a viewer and I was really shocked to hear what she had to say. And she said that her electric bill is half of what she earns. And she was saying that if she would turn off her electric, they would condemn her house, which I know that happens in a lot of places, in a lot of areas. If you want to shut off your electricity, they won't let you live in your own home. Even if I have another source of electric, like solar or a generator, they won't let me turn off my electricity. And so she was talking about different things about stocking up, and I really want to talk a little bit about electricity and some things that you could do even if you don't have solar. I'm going to go ahead and have to move my camera because it's raining now. But I first want to say thank you so much for this Mary Jane's magazine. I love Mary Jane magazines and I don't buy them anymore. It was given to her and she sent it to me. Thank you so much, because I really miss Mary Jane's magazines, but that was one of the things that I stopped doing, was having subscriptions. And I really want to thank her so much for sending this to me. I'm going to enjoy it, reading it tonight. And then also I want to share with you this other book that I just got, Almost Amish. Thank you so much for this book. I can't wait to read it. Another viewer had sent me this and I can't wait to read it. And it talks a lot about what I'm trying to do here on my channel. So thank you so much. We're gonna go and sit down somewhere where it's a little bit not raining. And we're gonna talk a little bit about electricity today. And what are some things that you can do? I'm gonna read to you a portion of her letter. This is what she had to say. I am in a situation where my electric bill is approximately half of my income, and this happened all within the past few months. I don't have a washer or dryer or oven, just a toaster oven like you. The town said if I shut off my electric, they will condemn my house, even if I have another source of electric like solar or a generator. I am thankful that I've been doing a lot of canning the past few years and stocking up. So let's talk about this a minute. This is very concerning because I can't imagine electric bill being half of what your income, or probably half of your expenses, would be. On where you live, electricity is extremely high. Here in the state of Pennsylvania, we have very high electric. Now, different states, it's different. What I'm about to share with you is some things you can do. A lot of it is common sense. Most of you would say, well, I already know this, Tessie. But it's the only thing I can share with all of you. Having solar does help, but to be honest with you, if you were buying the units and they're $1,000 at a unit, they would take years to pay themselves off, and quite frankly, they're not worth the money, in my opinion. But because of the situation I have in the business that I have, I'm able to have these solars. And the solar does save us a lot of money. Our electric bill runs anywhere between $50 and $70. That's summer, spring, winter, and fall. It's about $50 to $70. In fact, we just received an email stating that we were way, way above anybody else as far as our conservation of electricity. So let me tell you what I do. Having the solar units does help. One of the things I do is I don't wash clothing in hot water or even warm water. I have never washed a load of clothing in anything but cold water in the last 38 years. I don't wash with warm water. I simply do not use the energy. When I take a shower that takes one 5-gallon bucket. I can actually know exactly how much water I am consuming, and my water is not that hot. We turned our water heater back way back, which some people would say it's not a smart idea, but that's what we do. Our water heater does not get beyond 110 degrees. So most water heaters are like 210, and I forget what even it's set at, other people's, but ours is extremely low. And it's always been that way. So we don't heat our house with anything electricity anymore. That is a huge savings. Even though it did cost us quite a bit to set up with the wood stove, that is set up for a lifetime. We don't have to use any electricity for heating our house. Time we were heating our house with electric space heaters, and our electric bill was $300 to $400 a month. That is awful. We were spending 1 month what it would take us 6 months to actually use. So not having electricity that way, having a refrigerator, keep your refrigerator stocked full, keep your freezer even fuller. The fuller your freezer is, the less electricity it will use. When you can turn your freezer to a point where it's not as cold. You can always set it on the recommended settings and always set it on the Energy Star settings. It's always in your settings in your refrigerator and your freezer. I am a big advocate for somebody to can. Once you can your food, you're not paying for it. You're not paying to keep it stored. It makes no sense, in my opinion, to have all kinds of freezers and extra things like that to get food discounted if you have to pay high electricity to run that. So I do have two refrigerators, and I do have a small chest freezer. The chest freezer can run on solar. The other refrigerator barely runs in the wintertime because it's in an unheated porch, and I love having it, and it doesn't take much electricity because I keep it full, and it's about maybe $20 to $30 a year extra. It's not that much. As far as anything else, we don't have electricity on. We don't watch TV. We have a laptop, and both of our laptops are always hooked up to solar units. So that really helps us out. But a laptop does not take much electricity. And if you have a phone, well, there you go. A TV takes a lot of electricity, and really a large amount of electricity. Now they do have the new smart TVs, and that is, of course, a lot less. It's just everyday life. When I wash my dishes, I don't have my dishes, the water that hot. In fact, we got rid of our old water heater and have an RV water heater. Our RV water heater only heats half amount of the water that our big tank used to. And let me tell you what, if your water heater ever goes out and it's only one or two of you, get yourself an RV water heater. Absolutely amazing. The huge savings, an RV water heater. I mean, that there saves us hundreds of dollars a year. So that was one thing that we did just last year, and we love the water heater, and it's great because we don't use that much hot water. So just remember, there are lots of different ways to do things. If your water heater gives out, you can get yourself a really small one. Get yourself an RV everything. RV everythings are half the size, and if you don't have a family, you don't need that expense. That was huge, and I came up with that idea, so I'm really proud of myself for coming up with that idea. We went to Lowe's and we picked it out, and you install it just like a regular water heater, but it don't take hardly any electricity, and it's super duper amazing. Air conditioners do take a lot of energy, and we don't use them. Only once in a while, when it's extremely hot, will we use an air conditioner. So you won't see me using an air conditioner a whole lot. We just simply live old-fashioned. Well, everyone, I'm going to finish up my chores for today, and I cannot wait to see you guys again tomorrow. And let me know in the comments below. That seems really unusual to have your electric half of what you earn. There's got to be something different there, something that can be done to reduce the electricity. There could be other things too. Unplug things. Don't use things. Unplug them when you're not using them. Electricity bills really should not be as high as they are. Now, we do have a service charge of $30, $25 to $30. I don't think we can go under that amount because they charge to have the hookup. But I'm pretty happy to say at $50 to $70, that is a manageable bill, and I am really thankful. I could probably get it a lot lower if I really, really wanted to and not have the refrigerators, but for me, with all of the produce in the garden coming in, that's a huge savings. So I'm going to keep my refrigerators. Basically, that's all.
You've been a good friend.
Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys again. Bye.